Over the last few years, there have only been a couple of games that I've been hyped for. I'm not the most extravagant gamer. I find a game that I like and I'll play it alone. I'm not one that continuously switches games. In that sense, I'm actually a bit of a traditionalist. But to my surprise, all of the games that I've been excited for, well, they've all seriously disappointed me. And weirdly, all because of the same problem. They don't remember why they were fun in the first place. I'll name a few games right now. Saints Row, Battlefield 2042, Overwatch 2, Payday 3, Borderlands 3. All of these games have either left features out that earlier games within the franchise had, or have reworked them to a state of not fun anymore. So how come? Well, I think a big part is the homogenization of video games. Everything is the same as everything. Did Overwatch 2 really benefit from a battle pass? Did Payday 3 really need so-called overkill weapons? And did Battlefield 2042 need hero classes?
God damn it, they're gonna strafe us! Get your dicks in the dirt!
Well, that was fun.
Well, the most successful games at the moment had them, so sure they do. At least, I'm assuming that's how the developers see this. Not realizing the cost to all of this being one of the most important things a video game strives to have. A self-identity. And listen, I honestly don't know if the developers go, oh, that Counter-Strike game with the funny skins makes a lot of money, so let's put skins in our game. Or if they come at it with a more noble creative idea, but the sheer amount of these companies copying the quote-unquote trend of the week, I'm assuming it's the first. And be aware, I'm not talking about video games having microtransactions. Believe me, that has been covered to death, and I think everybody knows at this point that, they kinda suck. Although, quick side note, I recently started playing an indie game called Deep Rock Galactic after friends forced me to do it. And it has some of the best microtransactions I've ever seen. Because the game is cheap, it's $10, which I consider to be, quite alright for a video game. It's clearly made by an indie company, and the only things you can buy are these cosmetics, and they serve as nothing more than an honest thank you to the company for making a fun game. It's not to show off or pay to win. It is honestly just tipping them for making good shit. It's the first time I understood and kind of respected microtransactions in a game. It isn't getting put on the casino floor where you keep going for a little bit of dopamine, or even worse, you get an outright advantage against your fellow players, but an honest tip. Anyways, back to the video. The point I was trying to make is that this video ain't about microtransactions, but about the homogenization of video games. This doesn't only become problematic when talking about mechanics, but also when looking at the base art of video games. Look at these three pictures. And tell me which one is the most unique. I'm wagering to bet that most people here would have said Team Fortress 2, right? What about these? Well, I don't know. They, to me, all look the same. And that's the problem. And the weird thing is, back in the day, oh yes, the old times are better argument is coming. Back in the day, there was a clear art philosophy and difference even within the same series of games. Think of Zelda's Ocarina of Time and Zelda's Majora's Mask. Both of them have completely unique art styles, even though they are made within the same engine, with often the same props and art styles and whatever. It still features a new self-identity. And I know that, a lot of you will be saying, but most stuff has already been done, The Simpsons did it a bit. But believe me, as a composer and musician, I understand the idea that Bach has written every note better than I will ever write it. And he has done so for every musician out there. But I want you to f***ing try and come up with something that makes your game unique in its art, in its mechanics, or in its philosophy. That's the big thing here, right? The philosophy. Do you believe the game will succeed, or will you throw in the towel after the first few reviews come in? Battlefield 2042 gave up pretty much, so did Payday 3. There was never a sense that the developers ever saw their product as art. They only saw it as wares to sell. See, I honestly don't know why game companies don't understand what makes games fun. I don't, but I'm asking you, please play them. Alone, with friends, see if it's the art you and I know it can be. Look at it, listen to its soundtrack, Do you feel inspired to play it again? Or is it an attraction at the amusement park where you'll get on a new one the moment this one doesn't give you that kick anymore? See, this homogenization makes it automatically impossible to stand out like the games most of these companies have made. And that's why I'm calling it a regression. I said it before, but video games as a whole is an art form. A collaboration between music, visual, interactiveness. It makes for one of the most beautiful art forms out there. But what I'm seeing right now is not a museum worth of art when I load up the Steam homepage. Instead, I'm seeing the same victory boogie woogie painting plastered on every damn wall. Please return the making of art back into video games. Indie companies often show us it's still possible. So now it's your turn, AAA. Show us what you got. In any case, I just wanted to get this off my chest. Thank you for watching. Hit that like, subscribe. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you soon.